Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Tonight I want to show you how to make the most money possible on ESO. Now this is after the High Isle DLC. The video will be a little long because I'm going to go through as many variations as I can to show you how to make the mass amounts of money. So please bear with me. So first of all, let's say you've just got the game. You will have no DLC whatsoever, but there is actually two free DLCs for you to just get straight off the bat. One is Morrowind and the other is Imperial City. So make sure you pick up Imperial City first, because that is very important. You do need to be level 10 to go in there, but we will go in there and show you anyway. So what you do is you go, once you're level 10, go to press start, go down to campaign, go to Imperial City, and you, if you're new, you want to go down to no CP Imperial City. So that means no champion points in Imperial City. Then after a little bit it'll say travel in, and it will just take you to your destination. So once you're here, you want to find a room where there is ladders, and it's not this way. Right, so this is the room. There is also, while you're creating your character, a race that increases the amount of gold you get. I can't remember which one it is, but keep an eye out for it. It might be useful to you. But anyway, so once you're here, you want to go up one of these random ladders. In fact, I'd recommend you go up, pick up the quest, come down, go up another one, and grab all the quests until you have all the quests in the zone. So you have one quest per zone of here, and this one just says kill enemies, kill them things there, or the fiery flame things, which I'm not going to show you because it'll take too long. So go back down there. Now we've done the, let's just say we've done the mission. You go back down, you hand it in, and it will give you some merits. You'll get one actually, but you get one per day per account, so you can't do it on like every character you've got. So once you get a number of these, you can get certain items. One is a hat, one is a costume, and I think there's two emotes. If you're not interested in having them for yourself, you can sell the hat, costume, and emotes because they're in room boxes, from 300 to 600k each. So that's really worth doing, but it's going to take you a while to get them. The gladiator costume, by the way, looks awesome. I currently do not have it, but I'm on the way of getting it. Now there's the gladiator proofs as well. So for this one, what you want to do is, oh sorry, you do not get the gladiator costume from the merits. You get the siege merchant costume from the merits, and the siege merchant hat, which I still do not have, but I'm on the way to getting. And yeah, they still sell for the same amount. And you get the gladiator proofs from Cyrodiil. So now we're going to go to Cyrodiil. Once you find one that you're in, you want to click it. So if you're under 50, click it, and it'll say set as home. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, it says press X to set as home, and it'll lock you in that campaign for 30 days. And that's what you want to do because you get rewards at the end, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Right, so when you're here in Cyrodiil, it'll tell you to do a bunch of things like try out some siege equipment, and do a little quest that leads you into this portal, which will teach you how to use the hammer. The hammer is like a godlike weapon that spawns in the map every now and then, and each alliance gets a chance to use it. So if it's for the red, it'll spawn about here. If it's blues, it may spawn about here, and if it's the yellows, it'll spawn about here. So, yeah, that's a pointless thing, but I just thought I'd mention it. You want to come to the Conquest mission board and pick up the quest. It'll give you a variety of quests. Some will say kill 40 players. Another one will say capture 9 unique resources, and another will say capture 3 unique keeps. So, kill 40 players is pretty obvious. The keeps are the little castle icons on the map, and the resources which you got to capture 9 of is these farms, mines, or lumber mills. It does not count if you capture the same one twice. So like you can capture these 3, but you can't recapture them after you have to capture like these 3, then these 3, then that's your thing's done. Then you earn the gladiator proofs. Yeah. And when you get a number of them, you get the gladiator costume, gladiator helmet, and some other stuff. I think it's some more emotes, which you can sell for a good amount of money, anywhere from 500 to 800k, which is awesome. Yeah. One more thing, when you're in Imperial City, just killing players or AI or the bosses that spawn down there, you'll earn a currency called Telvar. Now there's a boss per spawn, and they usually spawn around the circles. I can't do it with the cursor because it's buggy. They usually spawn around those circles, so just keep an eye out for them. Once you've earned about 250k Telvar, which you can't spend anywhere else, by the way, you can only spend it in Imperial City, you can buy you can buy costume boxes. I'll go down and show you again because I forgot to mention it. I apologize. Yeah, you can buy polymorph costume boxes, and you can sell them for 700 to a million each. There's 3 different ones, and they are a really good way of making money. I often sell them myself. I apologize if I get lost in here. I just never memorized which way to go. Alright, so what you want to do is come to this guy here, Telvar General Merchant. Now this guy is good for a number of things. He sells style pages. So it says character bind on pickup, so you can't actually sell these, but they are actually quite good. So I did have one. I did buy one, but I was just wondering if I could show it you, but apparently not. So these are the polymorph room boxes you can buy for 250k. And they sell for like 800 to a million actual coins, so they're worth getting if you want to actually get them. They actually look different on different characters. So I'm on a sorcerer, that's why they look like this, but if I'm on a necromancer or another build, they will look completely different. If you are not interested in buying or selling them, this prism enchantment glyph will sell for 15k every single day, because it's a very good item to get, and they're quite rare to find. So buying and selling them, they'll easily sell for 15,000, which is good. But I also recommend you buy these storage chests as well, which is annoying because I bought them with actual currency, like money. Then they came out on this, which was awesome just for that ASO. But apart from that, I don't think anything else is really worth getting, as you can pretty much find everything else around the world. So like the materials, they're not really worth anything. these packs contain alchemist materials, which are pretty good. You could sell them for quite a lot. So if you're gonna buy anything, buy the rune, the alchemy stuff, the polymorph boxes to sell. Yeah, that's about it. These other merchants sell armor, which you can sell, but as the armor has been buffed and debuffed so much, they're not really worth anything. I mean, you could buy the golden jewelry, but you gotta think most people are gonna transmute where it says robust. They'll transmute that to probably infused or bloodthirsty. And Vice Cannon used to be one of the best sets on the game, especially for Nightblades, and it is now a laughingstock joke. So yeah, most of these other sets are not even worth getting. If you get the Imperial Physique, it will increase the amount of Telvar stones you pick up after you have 10,000 already on you. So do with that information what you will. Anyway, where were we? Next one. Yeah. So if you don't have any DLC, what you can do is, so let's go to store, go to DLC. Like I said, you'll get Morrowind and Imperial City for free. And if you don't want to buy the others with actual money, there's a few things you can do. So you can, if you get ESO Plus, which is I think $8.99 a month, it'll unlock most DLCs for you, especially the ones that are just like dungeons, but it won't unlock the islands. So I don't think it'll unlock High Isle or Blackwood or whatever. But if you do want to buy them, there is a way of doing it without actually spending money. So if you go down to your Microsoft rewards, it's a free app, by the way. You can earn, if you earn rewards, I've got 2,799 at the moment. So on this one here, for 500 points, all I had to do were earn an achievement on any of those games, 500 points in back. This one here is one of your best ones to do. It's your weekly set. All I had to do were 50 Bing searches instead of Google. Launch this app 3 days and just click on that as soon as I open the app. I'm currently on, what am I on? 16-week streak. When I get to 20-week streak, I'll get 2,500, and the same when I get to week 30. If you buy movies on the Xbox, if you buy 3 over £4, it will add up to 2,500, which is not really a good deal, but it all does add up. And if you no longer buy DVDs, it does save the storage space in your home. Buying any movies or earning achievements will also add to the overall currency, and when it comes to cashing them in, £5 it is 5,850 points, £10 is 11,700 points, and £25 is 29,250 points. So if you earn a point today, that point will expire in 4 months, so be cautious of that. Right, so next one is when you are in Imperial City, not Imperial City, Cyrodiil, sorry, you need to spend a bit of time on it. Like I said, you need to lock the campaign in as your home, and there's a very good reason for that. So if you go down to scoring, you see a little bar at the top of my screen where it says 0 with a little bit of green bit on it. The campaign has just renewed today, and I've literally done nothing on it. So when that campaign ends and that bar says it says free, and the bar will be full, which will take you about an hour to do per character, depending on how well you play. The healer will get it up as fast as the fastest, as it every time you heal someone, you'll probably earn points. So when the campaign ends, you'll get 3,333 coin, cash, in-game cash, then another 19,500 points, and you get a couple of items. You get 20 wall repairs, a geode which will give you 50 transmute crystals, and a little treasure chest that will give you a bunch of rings. I'll show you right now. So that's the 50 crystals, and here's my rings. I think you can also get necklaces. So you've got an option with these. You can sell them, which they don't really sell for that well, as everybody gets them, so they don't really sell for. You might get 2 or 3k each, but if you deconstruct them, you'll get where are you? Where's my jewelry? So if you deconstruct them and your construction is up, you get these grains, and when you get 10 grains, you can turn them into plating, and each one of those platings you can sell for maybe 30k, 40k, depending on the current price in the guilds. Each grain, chromium grain, is worth 10 to 15k, depending on prices in the guild. So keep an eye out for that. Apologies, I've just shut my window. And there are many items that you can get. So for instance, if you have lots of runes, you can buy Kuta, which is the legendary version, for 5 to 6k. I won't spend much more on that, as they are pretty common. And you can create glyphs, and once you've created a glyph, I don't currently have any on me, depending on the glyph you can sell it for maybe 15k, depending on the glyph. The prism glyphs sell best for the highest price, so I would highly recommend you do that. If you have a number of Kuta, I would recommend you pick up everything you can as well if you have the crafting bag. Yeah, so that's that. So it might not seem like much, the 19,500, then the 3,333, but I have 18 characters. So if you imagine that, it all adds up, and all those jewelries, rings and whatnot, they add up too. So you could deconstruct them, sell the bits. It all adds up. Then at the weekend, this person spawns here at the south gate. I'm not entirely sure where it is on the yellows or blues, as I do not have a yellow or blue account or character. But they also do sell items which you can buy with actual currency, or not like money, but in-game currency. So you can either spend coin or alliance points. So you need to be careful when you're buying these, because I've made a mistake once or twice before. If they are jewelry that you can get from dungeons, then you can't sell them. If they are overland jewelry, I mean you can find them around the world of Tamriel, then you can sell them. So where it's at the very top, on where it gives you the name of the jewelry, it'll say bind on pickup. You probably don't want that unless you actually want to use it. What you want it to say is bind on equip. So once you've equipped it, then it'll bind to you. But apart from that, you don't really want to be picking up, because you can't sell them. Now, for this instance, everything that's out here, Spinner would sell the best, as it is a good penetration set. So I'll probably be buying some of them later. So I can buy it for 300k, but I could sell it probably for 500k coins, which gives you a nice profit. So there's that. Right, where's the food? everywhere's a bit scattered on this place. Right, so what else you want to be doing is learning as many recipes as possible. And once you do, so you've got your recipes and you've got your food. Let's see. You could pretty much sell everything that you own if you want it. For instance, this item here, ethereal dust, I could sell it for 180k each. Or I could get a quick sale and sell it for 300k for 2. But for this one here, we want to find food, which I'm pretty sure I've got. Yeah, all this food. So there's a lot of this stuff I'm not going to be using. As you can see, it stacks up to over 1,000 per stack or more. So I want to find stuff I can get rid of these on and make money out of it. Now there's a real simple way of doing this, because it's just stacking up and I'm not using it, so I might as well do something with it. So now I've learned a bunch of recipes. What you do is you come to a fire pit or cooking station. You want to go to where it's at least 2 items, and you want to be able to sell it where it says 4 coins. You want to have that at 4 or 5. Yeah, so you want to have the recipes at 4 or 5. You might have to scroll down a bit to find them. But like I say, you still only want to be using 2 items. If you can. Some will probably be free. So let's see what we got. I know I've got some somewhere, I just can't remember which ones it were. If you're stuck for items as well, ask in your guilds, they may give you some items. You just want to be very aware of the rarer items and not sell them, because you'd actually make more money if you created some foods like this smoked bear haunch or whatever the frick it's called would sell for a lot, as the perfect raw is a rare item and would sell on its own for 35k each. I have 2 of them. So if I crafted this now, I'd create 8 meals, because I have a perk that every time I craft a meal, it crafts 4, and if I craft 2, it'll craft 8. So yeah, just be very aware of the rarer items. Well, let's find items that just take 2. And we're going to craft a bunch of them. We might have to craft some with 3. I know that many bleeding recipes. Where are you? Even if you have to craft them, it costs it's worth 4. It might be worth doing, because then you're saving items. Because I swore I had some that we only. Right, so this corn and millet. I've got over 3,000 millet, and yeah, that's a pretty good one. So let's hold X, then set it to max, which is 241, and I'm going to craft 4 for every 1 there is. So top right corner, I've crafted 964, and that's filled my inventory. So what we're doing now is just go to a little merchant, and we just go to sell. Sell for 400 each. As you can see, my gold's just going up, and if you do that for so long, you'll have a massive stack. I made 3,900 from that. Oh, and I did a Endeavour as well, apparently. Fair enough. Fair enough. You can also craft armor and sell it. So this is always worth being a good master crafter. So for this one I've crafted New Moon Acolyte. Putting pen on, because a lot of people run heavy in pen chests. Now I could sell this for 15k. It doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. So 4 of them is 60k. My banks are currently full, but it does add up. Yeah, getting these, you'll get these rewards as well, just by playing PvP. So every now and then, I think it's every time you get 20k, you'll get one of these rewards. And you get a little bit of gold, and it does add up very fast. So I'm just have to get sweet. And there's another one I can show you. So this is just PvP for now and a bit of crafting. You can also find overland sets all over Tamriel, and as long as there are overland sets, you can sell them. So you can't sell weapons or armor from trials or dungeons unless someone's in that trial or dungeon and is willing to buy it off you. So if you can't find the set item that you need, you can come to this regional equipment merchant here, and spending your alliance points, you have a chance of getting some of the equipment you may require. And you can sell them, but the chances of getting the equipment that is good, like weapons, and getting the trait which goes with that weapon nicely, is pretty rare, so you might want to just be farming the weapons. But it's a good way of filling up your collections if you have not done it already. So if you do it for Ebonheart, it'll start filling up pretty nice. What were we doing here? Oh yeah, banker. Right, so if you do a bunch of battlegrounds, if you keep doing them, you're gonna earn something called, where are you? You little buggers. Yeah, battleground memorabilia. It's nothing really, but you can sell them. So you just come to a merchant. Doopy doopy doo. I've lost them. There's somewhere, but I can't. I think they're in all my. I think they're in here somewhere. Doopy doo. Well, anyway, you can sell them, and as I've got 20, I'll get 20,000, as each one is worth 1,000 each. Oh, there they are, right at the top. So that's an extra 20k. So I only had 9k when I came on today. Earned 22k plus for just doing the PvP. I sold some stuff, and now I've just sold the battleground things. So that's it for this area. I can go to more areas and show you. So there are certain places where you can go to earn more money. So this place here is what they call an open world dungeon, and just running around killing each ad that pops up, so each NPC, it will earn you about 40 coins each. And as there are a lot of them and it's a fast respawn and they are really easy to kill, you're going to earn money rather fast. Another good way is to steal. But before we get on to that, let's just if you have started getting alliance points, you're going to need some in your craft. So any that says increase the amount of money you get, you need to put those on. And these are passives, so like you don't have to slot them. So Fortune's Favour, Gilded Fingers, sorry, couldn't see it. If you're going to get caught, you might want that one, but you're probably not, so no matter. And any increase the sneak if you're a Nightblade. I would also recommend this one, as it'll save you materials and then you'll be able to sell more stuff. Yeah, you want the Harvest one and Homemaker, because the Homemaker will increase the chance of getting furnishing items which you can sell, and they do sell pretty well actually. So what's next? Yeah, there's a trial. I'm not sure if you can do this in more than one trial, but there is a trial. It's called Helross Citadel. You do get some nice sets for it. I personally like Berserking Warrior. Right, so every time you kill a boss, you'll get something to the equivalent of the Battleground memorabilia, which will give you an item which you can sell for 1,000 each. So that's worth doing if you can do it. If you get a group where you can just do the dungeon straight after you've completed it, so like over and over again, in maybe 5 hours of consistent work, you'll earn maybe 100k. So that's a really fast way to do it. Just saying, like, what else we got? Right, so stealing. Some of the best places for stealing is any of the new DLCs, so like High Isle, Murkmire, Blackwood, even Vardenfell, some pretty decent spots. Clockwork City, Fargrave, Deadlands. There's not really any way to steal in Cold Harbour, but yeah. Oh, Somerset as well. Yeah. Just pilfering any items and selling them at the local Thieves Refuge, which is Outlaws Refuge. Sorry, not Thieves Refuge. You want to sell them there because you'll get more for selling them there than you would for selling them on your little monkey man. Is a smuggler, so he'll take a cut. So it's better to sell them at the actual Outlaws Refuge. Running dungeons as well. So if you queue for a dungeon, I personally think even if you're new to the game, you do not need a tank for any normal dungeons. So 4 damage builds or 3 damage and a healer will work perfectly fine. So if you just run any dungeon, you'll, like Fungal Grower for instance, there's a bunch of ads in there that you can kill, and you'll get materials for medium armor, which they do add up, and you can sell them for a moderate price, which I think is really good early money. So like I said, stack of 200 of refined hide. Any hide would sell for 2,400 to maybe 5,000 depending on the level. But if you unrefine it, like you don't refine it at all, a stack of 200 would sell easy for 20k, because if someone like me would refine it, I have a higher chance of getting legendary items from it, which I could show you down here. So, cloffer table here. So if I refine these, I will. If you keep an eye on the top right corner, it will show you all the items I'm about to get. So all these are refined, and I've got 3 wax, 3 elegant linen, embroidery, hemming, and some other stuff. That would be worth more than what I have. Worth more than the 20k I've just put into it, and now I have the refined, which I can also sell for 2,400. So that's pretty good. Also, I may have forgot to mention this. When you are in the Imperial City, every time you kill someone, you're probably going to get one of these key fragments. Now, what that does is unlock vaults down in the Imperial City. Some will unlock vaults in the dungeon, and others they'll just be vaults laid around the edge of the map. So once you've got 60 for these vaults in Imperial City, it'll be 60 key fragments for them, and I think it's 150 for the ones in the Imperial City, and that will give you the items from the Imperial City, the armor and weapons and whatnot. But if you're not interested in any of that, just getting the key fragments, a stack of 200 could sell from 10k to, I don't know, 20k, depending on the guild you're in, as some guilds are better than others. For instance, a guild in Mournhold, it's like the primary place, as there's a way shrine right next to where the guilds are. So it's like a major trade route. So Mournhold, Vivec City has one as well, right there. I'm just going to show you a couple of major trading spots. Murkmire in Lilmoth, the guilds are buying next to it. But if you don't have the DLC and you just have the base game, Mournhold, Stormhaven, the town is called Wayrest, and the major one here, I believe, Reaper's March is good because it's still next to the Way Shrine. But I think it's Grotwood. I think Grotwood may be the major one, as it's just there and it's like the major city. But anyway, sell your items there, and these will sell better than a trader. I don't know. Pick this. Although this Way Shrine is relatively close to the traders, not a lot of people go there. And for this one, the Way Shrine is here, and the guild is way down there. Nobody really goes there because it's such a pain to get from the Way Shrine all the way around to go to a guild. So not a lot of people go there. So trying to get a guild in the major cities is the best, and the way to do that is you press start, go down to social, go down to guilds, go to guild finder. I can't look for because I'm currently full on guilds, and you want to have it for trading or whichever you fancy, really. I don't even know what role playing is in ESO, but whatever. Yeah. Also, when you are in and about the world doing dungeons or just killing things, you'll get items called trash or treasure. Now, treasure is pretty obvious. You're going to want to sell it. But not a lot of people know this, but the trash adds up as well. Just try to find a spot. So what you want is items that take up one space and give you a high amount of money. The trash, each item is 9 coins, it's worth 9 coins, but you can stack it up to 200. So it's actually worth quite a lot when you've got stacks. And I wouldn't say go out your way to get them, as you can earn items faster. Earn money faster, sorry. But I'm just trying to find some trash now, just give you an example. No, whatever. Anyway, trash is hit and miss, so I'd say sell it if you can. Same with the pots. Like if you kill someone, it gives you a poison pot or a health pot or whatever. Sell them. Don't just like delete them out your inventory, which I know a lot of people do. So this is one of the trashes, a part of the trash. I'm not going to pick it up because I don't need it. Every time you get one, stack it, especially early on in game, and it does add up. It's a bit of pain in the backside to go constantly back and forth to a trader, so I would recommend you get your backpack space up, invest money in that, and if you fancy it, purchase a trader from the store. It costs you, I think, 5,000, or unless you wait until they're on sale. Yeah, they cost about 5,000. But I think I purchased mine when it was on sale for about 2,500. Anyway, and there's one more good way of earning earning money. Sorry. When you are in the Imperial City, every time you kill a boss in each zone, it'll give you a bunch of white items, and they will sell for 288 coins each. But it's gonna fill your inventory up pretty fast. So what you want to do is, if you've got a good amount of Telvar and you want to get out of there fast, just travel to Cyrodiil, and this will protect you. So if you're in Imperial City, just click on Cyrodiil, enter campaign, and it'll travel you to Cyrodiil. Go down to your local merchant, sell all your items, bank whatever Telvar you have, and rinse and repeat. Just make sure you have like no space in your inventory so you can pick up the max amount of items you can to sell. And I think that's about it for earning currency. You can also make pots and food for people, which I kind of hinted upon earlier on, which does bring you in a lot of money. You just need to make sure you know how to make the right items so you're not wasting materials. As that, you can see that one, 180 coins, so I'll take that. So this place is actually pretty good for farming as well. I used to do this one just to level up before I realised about Craigloan, which also brings me to the next point, Craigloan. So what you want to travel to Craigloan. I can't remember how to get there normally. Normally I just go down to my guild, I don't know, I find someone who's in Craigloan and I travel to them if I'm on like a new character. But if there's no one there, I just simply ask in my guild, and most of the time people are more than happy to take me to where I need to go. And they'll drop items like that all the time. They'll also drop a bunch of trash, which you can sell on. Yeah, so that's about it. If you don't want to sell your furnishing items as well, you can also make them and sell them on. Some items are worth more than others. It's kind of a good investment to buy furnishing plans, make the items and sell them on. Just be careful though, because you want to sell them for more than the items are worth that you used to make them. So I'll go to a crafting station and show you what I have to make. Alright, so I'm here. Yep. You want to go into your blueprints and get stuff like the Breton throne, some display cases, whatnot. Now some stuff will sell a lot better than others. For instance, as this is a quite nice bookcase, it's going to sell better than just like your standard ones. And if you get like legendary ones, these are redded out because I don't have the materials, as they are more rarer to find. So they would sell at a higher value. Excuse me. Yeah, so something like this, although it's legendary, it's not going to be worth anything because no one's going to pay for that. So the materials, looking at the materials here, this would cost around 15,000 to make, as the rosin and the heartwood are rarer items. Mundane rune is kind of rare, but not that much. But it's about 15k to make that, and obviously you would want to make a profit on top, so you want to sell it for about 17 to 20k, but nobody's going to pay for that. So you just got to be very cautious of what you actually are making and the price. So the Breton throne, let's see, heartwood and rosin again is about the rarest items. So, and as it is quite, it looks nice, but now the DLC's been out for a while, there are better ones. Maybe 20k. That's about it. There is actually one more good way of making money, which I totally forgot about. So you will need blackwood for this one. And what you want to do is go to whatever zone, find a merchant. I think any merchant will do. I know there's one in here, so I'll talk to her. Yeah, enchanter, good. Okay, maybe no. I thought she sold them, but I guess not. Anyway, at some point you're going to talk to a merchant and they will sell you're gonna get these anyway from progressing game, like just killing things or doing certain quests or whatever. And it's the antiquities that I'm talking about. So you can do these, and you can get things as cheap as 250 coins to sell, or you can get furnishing items for your home. You can't sell these once you've made them. You can get fire lancers, which is a fire ballista for PvP, and you can also get mythic items, so you can get like your jewelry and whatnot. But there are some items that will give you 5,000 coins when you find them. I'm trying to. So some of this stuff is going to expire, but I've already got it, so I don't need it. It's just going to fill up the space in my home, and I don't particularly want that to happen. Yeah, so once you've found like a green one, you got a chance while digging it up to find a blue item. And while digging the blue item up, you got a chance to find a purple item. When the purple item will give you 5,000 coins. So what you want to do is find a small region, small map where you can do this, and so it'll do it in rapid succession, and you're not running back and forth between a big map like Stonefalls, so you won't have to run constantly back and forth. My personal opinion, Bleak Rock, Balfoyen, that's not a small map. Knorva's Roost, if that's how I pronounce it. It's pretty big, but it's not that big. Hughesburn, again, it's a bit big, but not that big. Gold Coast. This place, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Done that one. And there's another one, but I'm not sure how to get to it normally. So what you want to do to get to the smallest area I know of is go to Deshan, go to the Mages Guild, and in there will be a portal to take you to a really small map. I think it's called Eve somewhere or other. I apologise for the drilling in the background, it's one of my neighbours. I don't even know what that place is. Is that a house? Anyway, the point is you go to a small map and you just do your antiquities over and over again. And even if you get just the blue or green one a couple times, when you get the purple one, it's gonna give you 5k and it all adds up. And I think that brings my the video to a conclusion. I think I've wasted enough of your time. But also, yeah, selling everything you can. Just be very cautious of prices. Have a look at the major guilds first, see what things are selling for. If you wanted to make money quick, undercut the prices. Or asking your guild if people want to buy it, and you may be able to sell it there and then, and you don't have to wait. So I hope this video helped, and I'll catch you next time.